Hey everybody, you're just in time for a new video. Once again, as it usually is, it's going to be a video review on a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles action figure. From the action figure wave, Storage Shell Turtles. Unfortunately, we will not have enough time to review all four of them in one single video, so right now we are only going to focus on and review the Donatello figure. Well, I suppose Shredder and Krang's evil forces have gotten stronger and have launched more full-scale attacks on our heroes. So, our heroes must fight back with as many weapons and accessories as their shells can carry. This figure was released as part of the set in 1991 by Playmate Toys. However, it was actually a quick re-release. What I mean is that in 1990, this figure alone was released independently along with the Wave 3 new basic figures assortment set for the year. But I guess due to this figure's popularity, they decided to re-release all four as Storage Shell Turtles the next year in its own wave. Between this figure and the original 1990 release, there really isn't very much difference at all, to be honest. As you can see, there really isn't much difference at all. The only difference is that the original 1990 exclusive release had a black belt. It's all the same weapons and accessories. Okay, before we get too distracted, we're going back to this figure, and now here we have a full view of it. And now here is another full view of it, but without holding any weapons or accessories. And now here we have one last full view of it, but with his shell open. And now here is a close-up of the figure, so we can try to make out the details as best as we can. The posability for this figure is very good, but you need to be gentle because the shell can fall off like a door and it can crack or break if you're not gentle. Over time, the plastic can dry out and it can crack or chip if you're not gentle or if you're too rough with it. So try and be gentle. The first thing we will cover, but not literally, with a pair of ironed dress pants, are his legs. Both of the legs can bend sideways, and if desired, you can do some fairly good pretend kicking with him. As you can see, he can sit down very well. The next thing we're going to cover, but not literally, with the sleeves of a white lab coat, are his arms. The arms are not able to move up going sideways. They can only move going up or down all around. The next thing we will cover, but not literally with a pair of disposable laboratory gloves, are his hands. Only able to turn sideways from either side, his hands can turn all around. And now, the last thing that we will cover, but not literally with a graduation cap, is his head. Able to turn around from left or right, his head can turn all around. Now, here comes the time to review what I bet is everybody's favorite part, his weapons and his accessories. He comes wearing a purple belt. This purple belt is just the random color he prefers wearing. It does not indicate that he's only a purple belt at this time. It's just part of the random colors that he likes to wear. Also, in regards to the original release, it came wearing a usual black belt. Reason why I came with a black belt was because up to that time, a turtle figure usually just came with a black belt by default. And also, both of the releases, these belts are permanently attached to their shells. They cannot come off unless you rip or force them off. And if you do, you will have to glue, weld, or solder them back onto the shell. The first weapon it comes with is his usual default weapon, a bow, what we sometimes call a staff. The first additional weapon it comes with is a sewer slingshot. The second random weapon it comes with is called a shark fin hatchet. The third random weapon it comes with is called a fish knife. The fourth random weapon it comes with, if you can consider this one a weapon, is called a killer pizza. For the other three, his brothers have what we call a pizza disc. I guess this one was different when it came out as an independent release. You can pretend to make him eat it, or it can be tossed as a throwing weapon. By the way, I almost forgot to mention, it comes with two ninja throwing stars. These little throwing stars are very diminutive and very tiny, like almost 1/4 size of a chocolate chip. If you drop them, that's it. They might never appear again, so be careful. Oh, yes. Now for the part I'm sure the majority of us have been looking forward to, the special feature. The special feature, of course, is that he has a storage shell in which he can store his various extra weapons in it. Now for the preparation. The preparation is very easy, but you just need to be gentle so that the shell doesn't crack or break, because over time, plastic on figures can dry out. Here is what I believe is the easiest order for storing all the extra weapons inside the shell. But yes, the two ninja stars always go on the same spot as you can see where. But it doesn't really matter the order that you put the stuff in, but a certain order helps it close better. Also, of course, you cannot store his bow inside the shell. It would not fit. You'd probably have to cut into little pieces. But then again, how would you get it back together afterwards? Now, for fun, why not? Here is a little demonstration. Enjoy! Featuring our guest villain, Rocksteady. Aw, what's that, Rocksteady? You want your mama? Here are my thoughts and opinions about this figure. I will be a bit brief. I think it's a great figure, but I'm very frustrated with it because due to the way its foot is positioned, it's very hard to properly stand. Sometimes you have to put a bit of sticky tap or clay on his feet to keep it from falling over. Also, I'm always worried sick that the shell's going to fall off. But other than that, it's a pretty good figure and I'm very happy with it. What are your thoughts and opinions? Feel free and let me know if you agree with me or not. All thoughts and opinions will be respected, but please keep them in good taste. Well, that about wraps it up. That's all. What did you think? I hope you all liked it. Feel free to like, comment, maybe recommend, perhaps subscribe. Stay tuned for more toy reviews, as well as more of my custom toy reviews.